Welcome into the In the Money podcast for Keeneland Select for Sunday, April 23rd, Military Day at Keeneland. I'm Tom Leach, along with Chip Goodman, Keeneland's Director of Mutuals and Simulcasting. It's also Keeneland Select Appreciation Day, so hopefully we'll see a lot of you that catch this podcast out for the pre-race event on Sunday. Jim will take a look at the late pick 4. We'll start with the feature, which is an allowance event on the turf, 5.5 furlong sprint, and a nice full field here, so good. I always say good betting race when there's a big field like this, but you got to find your way to the right one. Who is that?
It is a good betting race. We have a huge handicapping contest on Sunday with 165 players playing $3,000 each to play in that. So I asked Ben to get us a couple of really good races at the end, and this is an outstanding race. You have to bet half your bankroll on one of the last two races. So we got this one and a wide-open maiden claiming race. So whatever they like, they can get here. This one, I narrowed it down to like 5 horses, and my top choice was actually Loose on the Town with Castellano for Brian Lynch. This horse made its debut on the turf last year in September, and I guess they're wondering why it took him so long, because the horse really came out blazing and just got beat by a neck at 108-1 at 6 furlongs at Belmont. So I think he's going to like the 5.5 furlong distance. Been training well for Brian Lynch, and he does get him ready off a layoff. So I think Castellano makes the horse 2 lengths better anyway. So I'm going to take Loose on the Town, but certainly not a lock in here. I like Whiskey Bravo, the 8 for Giroux. He and Amos are 28% strike rate. I like Canadian Flyer, the 11 for Mott. I also could make a case for Children's Street for Alvarado, stuck on the inside in a 5.5 furlong with not a lot of gate speed. So got to work out a trip there, but he certainly fits on his back numbers for Wesley Ward. And Forgive for Tomlinson and Le Peru. This horse has a lot of upside. Ran 4 straight 5 furlong races on the turf at Gulfstream and had one clunker in there. Lost by 2.5 lengths, only finished 8th, but only lost by 2.5. Came back and won by a neck, an optional claimer last time out. Moving way up in class to an allowance race, but Forgive with Le Peru's got some upside. So I'm going to go 5 deep in the pick 4. I'm going to take Loose on the Town over those 4 horses, the 1, 2, 8, 11. So 5 with 1, 2, 8, 11.
I'm taking the 2 for the win pick. Comes out of those tough races you mentioned at Gulfstream. I like that Le Peru's riding. I think he's really good on both courses, but especially, I think, good on the turf course. And this is a good post as well. I like Loose on the Town, Chiltern Street down on the rail, Canadian Flyer, the 11. And then I'm also going to throw in the 3 and the 4, Save the Drama and Wagon Boss. And the reason why is something that you can get off the Keeneland website in the Expert Picks tab. Jeremy Plunk does a great job of analyzing trends over meets and patterns of post positions and trainers and jockeys, et cetera. And one of the post position angles is when you get a full field in these turf sprints, he says, for whatever reason, those, not the rail, but really I think it's 2, 3, and 4 are particularly strong. And you get sometimes some good prices hitting the board or winning. So I'm going to throw the 3 and the 4 in just off that angle in a wide open race. The pick 4 on Sunday starts in the 6th race, and I went 5 deep here. My win pick was Danceland. Got a good number in the maiden win for he didn't run great here, but should benefit from that experience, I think. And I liked Enchanting Kitten, Dancing Waves, Victory to Victory, and Fun. So 5 of them there. I'm going to single stage play in the 7th race. 2 Bullet Works, not typical for a Steve Asmussen horse, and this horse looked like it was going to be any kind back when it was winning here as a 2-year-old, and has a win over this track, working great. I'm just going to say Asmussen's got this one ready to fire off the bench. I'm going to use all 6 in the feature, and in the last race, I'm going to go 3 deep. Chestermont, the 11. Horses coming out of those claiming races at the fairgrounds generally do pretty well here. The Cox horses are running well, so I'm going to take the 11 Chestermont. Also use the 6, the Hands Someone out of Hanson, and then Flatbush 4, the 8. I'm going to throw that one in as well. So I got 5 by 1 by 6 by 3. What about you?
We structured them a little differently, but we like pretty much the same horses. I'm going to single the first leg with Victory to Victory. This filly's been off since September, but her last race was a Grade 1 win at Woodbine in the Dalma at 7-1. Giroux rides her back. Bullet work on April 16th, and she couldn't have caught an easier allowance field. I think somebody coming from a grade 1 to an allowance really, I think she stands out here. Dan Slamby, my third choice, the horse that you like for Sugar McGahee, and Enchanting Kitten for Chad Brown is a little bit intriguing this first time against winners, though. So I think she's might hit the board, but can't get up for the win. So Victory to Victory is my single there. I'm going to use your horse Stage Play. The filly has got a lot of back class in the second race for Asmussen, along with More to More, and who's a 7, and also Blip in the Bye for Al Stahl and Le Peru. So I'll use 3 there with the 2, 4, 7. In the feature race, I'm going to use the 5 I talked about, which is Chiltern Street the 1, Forgive the 2, Loose on the Town the 5, Whiskey Bravo the 8, and Canadian Flyer the 11. And in the last race, I'm only going to go 3 deep. If you can afford it, I think this race might be the one where you get a price. When you drop from 40 to 20, sometimes the horses, they're giving up on these horses, and maybe they look good on paper, but $20,000 claimer is the lowest level that we have here. And I think this is a place where you could get a price. I'm going to keep my ticket affordable, though, and use 3 horses, the Handsome 1, 6, the 10, Kid Perfect, and the 11, the one you mentioned, Chestermont. So 6, 10, 11. So my pick 4 is 1 with 2, 4, 7, with 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, with 6, 10, 11. So that is $22.50. If you can afford it, take more in the last leg.
Best of luck on your Sunday wagers. And after this card, there will be just 3 more racing days left in the spring meet here at Keeneland, and we'll have them covered with podcasts each day for KeenelandSelect.com.